Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are diving into something absolutely wild. We're unpacking a fascinating and honestly, deeply unsettling translation of some of the oldest written records on Earth. Our goal here is to objectively explore what exactly happened when modern artificial intelligence was applied to ancient Sumerian cuneiform tablets. And let me tell you, the resulting translation reveals a chilling alternative origin story for humanity, one that was literally locked away in fragmented clay for thousands of years.
Just listen to this exact translation, pulled straight from these newly decoded texts. They were shown the mountain, and the mountain did not return them. It just carries this incredible tone of mystery, doesn't it? It hints at this chilling specificity regarding what happened to certain groups of early humans. It's a dark glimpse into a past that machine learning has only just brought back into the light.
Okay, let's dive into this with Section 1, the breakthrough where AI unlocks ancient secrets. For over a century, thousands of these tablets just sat in museum storage, broken, untranslated, or completely mislabeled. Cuneiform is notoriously difficult to read because the symbols actually shift in meaning depending on the context, but the modern scientific breakthrough that changed the game was the introduction of machine learning.
To unlock these secrets, these AI models had to act like master detectives. They didn't just blindly translate signs, they identified missing symbols, they predicted the broken endings of sentences, and they cross-referenced super complex dialects. We're talking Akkadian, Babylonian, and Old Sumerian. It's basically like having a supercomputer doing the world's hardest jigsaw puzzle where half the pieces are made of dust. By doing this, the AI stitched scattered, totally unreadable fragments into a cohesive, readable database. Suddenly, these isolated pieces of myth began to form a highly detailed, continuous record.
And what that record revealed is incredibly heavy. Humanity was divided before it had even begun. The AI translated clear text revealing that humanity wasn't viewed as a single, beautiful creation at all. Instead, we were the result of a series of staged trials, failed experiments, and calculated variations.
Which brings us to Section 2, the assembly line, engineered for specific labor. Now, we move to a region the tablets refer to as the Aiden Flatland, located right between two rivers. According to the decoded texts, this place wasn't a paradise. It was essentially a factory floor. The source claims early humans were literally engineered as specialized tools, designed specifically to fulfill physical labor requirements.
The AI flagged some highly evocative terms regarding this whole process. Phrases like clay of lower glow and function-bearing life. Now, for decades, scholars just assumed these were poetic metaphors, but when the AI reconstructed the full context, it became crystal clear that these terms described an early, temporary workforce. They were deliberately engineered without the ability to reproduce. They were designed to work, to obey, and to expire. And this brilliantly illustrates just how strict things were. The Sumerian classifications that the AI found mapped out an incredibly rigid system. You had the clay of strength, who were heavy laborers and miners, described as being marked by sun and earth. Then you had the blood of brightness. These were the pale-dwelling priests and astronomers who tracked the stars. And finally, the shadow-formed ones, who were animal keepers that walked the red soil. They were given assigned duties, assigned limits, and even assigned physical traits. It really makes you pause and ask, what if humanity wasn't a single creation, but a series of engineered prototypes? It forces us to deeply ponder the ancient roots of systemic inequality. The source material suggests that categories and classes weren't something we just evolved into, they were something written into our design from the very first moments of our existence.
And the quality control on these prototypes? It was absolutely brutal. These batches of humans were systematically tested and evaluated by their divine creators based on performance. The texts literally describe how versions of man with restless voices who refused orders were cast into the rivers. Those with limbs too weak to bear tools were sent back into the mountain to be forgotten. Failed batches were completely erased before they could even leave a mark on history. Basically, you were kept if you obeyed and brutally discarded if you didn't meet the design specs.
Moving on to Section 3, the divine conflict, Enlil versus Enki. You see, creating humans by hand every single time they died off from exhaustion simply became unsustainable, and this sparked a massive philosophical and literal war in the heavens between the creators themselves.
This ideological split was huge. On one side, you have Enlil. He commanded divine order, he demanded absolute obedience, and honestly, he viewed humans merely as tools, and rebellious ones at that, just chaos waiting to happen. But on the flip side, you have his brother, Enki, the god of wisdom.
Enki actually saw human potential. He wanted to revise the model, upgrading humans with intelligence, autonomy, and the ability to reproduce so they could finally survive on their own.
So Enki's massive genetic upgrade resulted in a being named Adapa. Adapa was essentially the ultimate biological bridge between a disposable tool and a true, self-sustaining species. Described in the texts as chief among men, Adapa wasn't just shaped for endless toil. He possessed divine sight, reason, and a mind sharp enough to actually understand the god's will.
But there was a tragic catch. Enki gave knowledge, but he held back freedom. When Adapa was summoned to the heavens and offered the food of eternal life, Enki commanded him to refuse it. Adapa, who was programmed to obey, turned away immortality. Whether it was a trick or just a precaution, this one single decision sealed humanity's fate. We would grow, we would learn, but we would always die.
Chronologically, this disagreement built into an all-out crisis. The gods completely divided into factions. What followed was a period of scripted inequality on Earth. Some humans were quietly taught astronomy and metalwork by Enki's followers, while others were forced back into silent labor by Enlil's loyalists. The absolute breaking point arrived when a furious Enlil decided to use the Great Flood as a controlled reset to just erase a project he believed had gone way too far. But Enki intervened yet again, warning a man named Ziusudra, who is often compared to Noah, to build a boat, preserving just enough of the lineage to survive. Which leads us to Section 4, the lingering questions and the legacy of division. So humanity survives the flood, but the war didn't end, it just changed shape. And this leads us to the absolute most bizarre and inexplicable findings in the decoded texts, raising huge questions about the trajectory of our entire history. What's truly mind-blowing here is that these lines don't read like poetry or myth at all. They read like highly advanced technology logs. When the AI stitched the fragments together, it recognized repeating patterns describing flight, metallurgy, and energy projection. I mean, the texts explicitly talk about vehicles with wings, of wood and metal roaring across the sky propelled by fire, and weapons that turn day into fire. Furthermore, the text insists that this knowledge was never discovered by humans. It was strictly handed down by the gods.
And it was handed down with a very specific purpose. Technology served as a lever of separation. Advanced tools, metallurgy, flight, these weren't just evenly distributed to help mankind flourish. No, they were weaponized. They were given only to specific loyal human groups to enforce the top-down structure and keep that strict division of labor firmly in place.
Which brings us to a massive, imposing number found in the tablets, 3,600. The texts reveal that the Sumerians were watchers. They were tracking the stars for centuries without modern math or telescopes. And they were tracking the 3,600-year orbit of a celestial body called Nibiru. It's almost unfathomable to think about tracking a cycle that outlives dozens of human generations. The AI decoded warnings tied to this cycle, not just of Nibiru's physical return, but of deliberate societal resets. Moments where the global order was wiped clean, and only specific chosen groups were meant to survive the transition.
So if we take these decoded texts as a literal blueprint of our past, what changes when a species finally learns the truth about why it was made? If the AI's translation of these ancient tablets holds the true history of our origins, it completely suggests that the systemic divisions, classes, and inequalities in our world aren't just accidents of history. They were orchestrated from the very beginning. It's a massive, unsettling paradigm shift, and definitely something to keep pondering long after this explainer ends.